My younger brother, Michael Henry Pinozzi, was born on December 9, 1991. The reason I chose to make a video about him is because he's someone I always felt fairly close to, yet at the same time I feel there is much I don't know about him. For the past few years, he was mostly away at Skidmore College in Saratoga Springs, New York, and now has a job teaching international. So naturally, I treasure whatever time I get to spend with him. Now let's hear about Mike in his own words as well as the words of his girlfriend Liz and his parents.
Well, I'll definitely say that I'm a very competitive person. My whole life, I've always, I like to make people laugh. I try to be funny and tell jokes and go out of my way to be, kinder than necessary to make people's days. I'm definitely, someone who loves to have fun. I like to be with friends, hang out with people. Um, well, I guess growing up in this family kind of instilled this feeling of being good because good things happen to good people and because it's the right thing to do. Growing up with you, it taught me to be patient because not everyone you meet sees eye to eye with you, even if they're your own brother. And taught me that family is, really important, and it's important to keep those bonds and to make the best of situations. I guess it's just kind of, I guess it's not really a specific moment, but just playing baseball, playing sports has kind of made me feel like you gotta take the good with the bad. Because in a sport like baseball, you fail more than you succeed. So it kind of taught me to, not be so serious about things all the time. And if you face something that might be tough to deal with, you just trying to look at the best of it. And taught me trying to be a glass half full type of guy, and to just be easygoing and not just stressed out about things. And my parents have always been like that. They've always taught me, the best, will come, and you just have to wait for it, and you have to work for it. Growing up, I've always loved school, and having a mom as a teacher her whole life, I've had that kind of work ethic of being good in school, and the importance of teachers kind of made me feel like I wanted to do more. And both my parents are, they're civil servants. My dad's a lawyer, public defender, so he helps people. My mom helps people learn. And also having a brother who sometimes didn't have the best teachers who knew how to work with him to get the best out of him, taught me that being a teacher is really important. And I guess in college I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I had one class in college in particular with a really great professor, and it was an education class. And I kind of figured if I get to hang out with people like this, if I take a bunch of classes, then that's probably the right major for me. And I turned out to be really good at it, and I loved it. And I, just seeing that light bulb moment go off in a kid's eye, just seeing them finally understand the topic is, really rewarding. So that's something that I've always wanted to achieve. Playing sports, I love sports. I've always defined myself as an athlete. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And I played sports my whole life. I grew up playing sports. My dad always, he never pushed me. He was always my coach, but, he wasn't the kind of guy who's like, we're going to go to the batting cages for like 3 hours, we're going to work out on this stuff, and he's trying to let me do what I need to do. And playing sports, it gives me that team mentality, and, knowing that, if you can't get it done, someone else will be there for you to get your back. Teaching. A lot of people think it's kind of weird to see a big, tall guy with a beard teaching first graders, but I love it. The kids, they're adorable, they're cute, they say hilarious things, and they want to learn, especially in first grade. They're not too cool for school yet, so they still come to school and want to learn and want to try new things, and they're not embarrassed if they get something wrong. And it's really nice to be able to, like I said, see that light bulb go off, and it's something I love and I want to continue. My dream job would be to coach baseball at a college level, or with teaching, continue teaching first grade, or maybe move up into some administrating. maybe work in a more urban setting, work with kind of underprivileged kids who maybe might not have the best support at home, or may not have the best resources, but to kind of find ways to work with the school systems, work with the districts to give these kids the best opportunity they have to reach that full potential.
I met Michael through some mutual friends of ours that were athletes at Skidmore, and they introduced us in the summer of 2013. I think of Michael as one of the most kindest people I've ever met. He's really patient, but he's also really successful. He's very versatile in completely opposite realms in my eyes. He's really patient with teaching and molding young minds, but he's also really successful as an athlete and really able to push himself. So I would say kind, versatile, and successful.
From a very early age, he was always very athletic. I mean, from like 2 or 3 years old, he knew how to throw a ball and loved doing that. And that has proved to be a strong part of his character, personality, activities, his sports. But the other thing is the unexpected things about Mike. Mike's extremely kind and very thoughtful. He's a great gift giver. And he does, in addition to being the athlete, he took up dance in college and almost had a dancing minor. So he writes good poetry and good rap songs.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of abilities, and the same thing. The first thing I think about, I guess, is his athletic ability. So I had a lot of fun watching his games, both coaching when he was young, going to his high school games, and then seeing him play in college. So that was a lot of fun. But also, I agree with Kathy. The thing that I think is most important is being kind to people and caring about people. Last year, he did his student teaching in the first grade in kind of a low-income area in upstate New York. And we were struck one day, he called us during the winter, and he wasn't sure what to do because one of the students in his first grade class had come to school and didn't have a coat. And Mike asked him, where was his coat? And he said, well, it's not my turn to wear it today. My brother had to wear the coat. So he called us and asked us, what he could do to get a coat for this boy. So he was able to get a coat and give it to him. And to me, that's the most important thing, that he's concerned about other people. So for me, that's kind of the most important lesson, I hope.
Well, now we come to me. I have to say that I think Michael is a very interesting guy. Initially, as a little kid, he kind of came off as a bit bratty, but I think he's very passionate about sports and teaching children. I also think we share a very similar sense of humor, which, matters a lot to me. All in all, I wish Mike the best.